Well, yeah, I mean, you've asked me a question last night about cabinet resignations and about leadership contests, but what I can tell you is I've proudly served in the Prime Minister's cabinet for the last 6 years. Over the last 2 months, been inundated with questions about leadership contests, but instead we've been getting on with our job and delivering for people in this country.
You're not going to resign?
What Andy showed, I'm not going to resign, of course not. I'd never walk away from the promise that we made to the people of this country until we've delivered it. But what Andy showed here is that there is something that he brings, a willingness to go out and fight for the change that people need, to take on any system and any person who stands in the way, and to be bold and to wear his heart on his sleeve, and people have responded. And I think with him back in the top team, at the top table, helping to drive that change, I think we'll be in a really stronger position. I think he's earned the right to be heard here tonight. I don't think there's another politician in the country that could have done what he's just done here, and this is history in the making. What I can say is that I have served the Prime Minister loyally for the last 6 years, and I continue to serve him proudly still. I think we were elected in order to deliver the change that this country needs. We made that promise to the British people, and I am not going to walk away from my responsibility to do that. I know the Prime Minister feels very strongly that we made that promise, and we need to uphold it. And whether it's turning around the crisis in our prisons, building a next generation of youth clubs and youth workers, whether it's bringing down waiting lists in the National Health Service, we have a responsibility to do that.
If there is a Labour victory today, what lessons do you think Keir Starmer should learn?
Well, I think the chief thing that I've felt on the doors when we've been talking to people about Andy or with Andy is that they know that he is one of us, that he's for us, and that he fights for us. And I think one of the things that we've already learned here in this by-election is that people need to see their politicians taking the fight to the system in order to change their lives. You can do it, but they need to know that you're doing it, and they need to know that you're up for the fight. I think the second thing I would say is that tangible change in people's lives needs to happen much more quickly. People in places like Winstanley and Orrell and Ashton have waited for such a long time. This doesn't just go back to the financial crash here, it goes back actually to the 1980s when we saw the closure of the mines, people lost their jobs in mines, the mills, the railways, we saw lots of those jobs offshored, and people have put up with declining living standards for far too long. They've run out of patience, and frankly centrist governments have run out of time, and we need to deliver that change on a much grander scale. We need to be much bolder, we need to wear our hearts on our sleeve, and we need to do it with much more urgency.
Thank you.
Burnham Andrew Murray, commonly known as Andy Burnham, the Labour and Cooperative Party, 24,900.
We're on the end here.
When this borough went to the polls in May, it made a loud cry for change. In this campaign, we have begun to answer that. But I do say to my own party, this is a final chance to change. This is what people said directly to me on the hundreds of doorsteps that I stood on. We must hear it. We must act upon it, and we must get it right. There will be no second chance.
I walked past Wigan here. Getting off the train, suggested in the Daily Mail this morning that he's going to lead a coup against Keir Starmer. And surprisingly, John Bercow, the former Speaker of the House of Commons. Now he, of course, started off in politics as a Tory, then of course later on the Labour Party suspended at the moment over those bullying allegations. So all sorts of big names here campaigning for reformist and of course the reform Andy Burnham has been here a lot, as you might expect, and it really is a two-horse race between those two parties. But keep an eye on the restore Labour win here, of course, because it's a split in the voting for 4K restore.
What motivated him? No, I think he's the one who I mean, there's very many felt they're about in a way that others don't.
You don't too much. It shows what and it shows the chosen